Ladies and gentlemen, as many of you by now are aware, yesterday we had a little debate between myself and a professor of an endowed chair of economics at the business school of Loyola. The professor's name was Walter Block. I was apparently quite rude in interrupting him several times, and he responded in kind. Here's an example.
Hey, shut up!
But we did have more substantive exchanges than that. Now, just for the record, the professor was concerned, while he stated on the program that he felt that he had only gotten 10% of the time to explicate his positions, which mainly dealt with the minimum wage and how discriminating against a black person who seeks to sit at a lunch counter was no different than a gay person discriminating against a straight person by not having sex with them. I think that's a fair assessment of what he said. But just to make it clear, obviously, if I am functioning as the host, I'm going to get a little more time.
And let's also be fair, 10% is better than nothing.
And 10% is better than nothing, in the words of Professor Block. Or I should say more specifically, I think we all know that 6 is greater than 0. You got to listen to the whole thing to really understand what I'm talking about if you're one of those few people apparently who weren't listening. But now, apparently, now I will also say, take this with a caveat. The professor did make the case that empirical data is often useless, I guess, in attempting to argue whether or not a policy is sound. But with that said, apparently there is some empirical data on the question as to how much time the professor had in our exchange versus me. And Matt, would you please present the findings? Now, I have not, this is not peer-reviewed.
This is courtesy of listener Death Leopards.
And I would encourage our listeners to come up with their own data to so that this can be peer-reviewed data. But Matt, would you please, or data?
Okay,
please.
Here are the debate talk time statistics. Walter Block, Professor Walter Block,
Yes.
comes in at 31 minutes and 44 seconds. Sam Seder, the host of the Majority Report, comes in at 20 minutes and 58 seconds. Also an interesting little statistic. There were a total of 19 hays and 1 shut up.
1 shut up. And speaking of hey, shut up.
Hey, shut up!